Afghan government forces defending the city of Ghazni against advancing Taliban militants. The Taliban advanced in the city rapidly. After days of fighting, Afghan forces appeared to regain much of Ghazni. But the attack left hundreds of people dead, destroying much of Ghazni's infrastructure and once again exposed the Afghan government's security vulnerabilities. The attack on Ghazni is one in a series of assaults waged by militants that also targeted a school and an intelligence center in the capital, Kabul. The war in Afghanistan shows no sign of letting up 17 years after the US-led invasion. Citizens have grown weary of the conflict.
We want peace in our country. We cannot continue this bloodshed anymore. We demand from the government and government forces to stop the war and work towards peace and brotherhood. We have sacrificed enough. Many mothers and fathers lost their loved ones during the war.
The Taliban have managed to make significant gains against government and foreign forces across Afghanistan. The group's resurgence gives credence to the notion that the war is unwinnable.
What's happening right now is that both Taliban and ISIS are fighting. Taliban is controlling 40% of the territory and ISIS is spreading around Jalalabad and other parts of Afghanistan. So we have absolutely, it all flies to the face of the government and NATO forces. It's extremely embarrassing, but it is also very tragic.
Some have called Afghanistan the graveyard of empires. The country has a reputation for foiling military expeditions and forcing would-be conquerors to leave in humiliation. Afghanistan is now in a state of chaos. Some Western observers say the US needs to fundamentally change its strategy in Afghanistan. A strategy they say has already failed. The US has realized this. Maybe this is the reason why Washington has made efforts to engage in talks with the Taliban.
With the US and NATO, actually, I see absolutely no chance that they are able to, or that they are actually even willing to negotiate seriously and come to some kind of a conclusion. The thing is that Afghanistan is totally ruined, and the normal people there are very frustrated. The country is socially and economically, psychologically destroyed. So the only possibility, I think, is that if Russia, Iran, China, but also Pakistan after the elections would get more involved in a peace process.
A look at the current situation on the ground in Afghanistan shows that the US-led war on the country has resulted in nothing but deaths of civilians and the destruction of the country. And that at a huge price tag for America itself as well as its allies. To the world, a war that started under the pretext of uprooting Taliban militants is today only claiming more and more civilian lives. And this could deteriorate further now that the militants appear to be already regaining control in Afghanistan.